Hey.
Welcome back to Catching Up
We
Podcast.
catching up.
We over here gossiping and shit, talking about Cardi B's longevity, but that's not what we're going to talk to you
let's
about.
Keep this up. I like
So you want to
We
keep on
love
talking
Cardi
about?
B, by the
Yeah,
way.
let's
Okay.
keep this. Let's keep this. Can we run with this? That's okay with you,
Let's
Mark?
keep the cameras rolling.
Can we run with this?
How y'all doing out there? Everybody good? We straight? Y'all
Man,
good?
Doing good. How was everybody's week? Matter of fact,
It was good. Nice,
she
peaceful.
looking like damn.
I'm like, today's March 24th. I had a long week. Like, I have so much going on with work, like new teams and so forth. My son's birthdays, like they're officially 7 years old.
Happy birthday!
I've been ripping and
Happy
running,
birthday.
dude. But I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Everything's been good.
You still here,
good.
partner?
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What you been up to?
Man, life. Shit, that's all I can
Life's
say.
been crazy, yeah.
I'm maintaining though, man. I'm here as long as I can wake up every morning.
It's a
See
blessing.
the next day, yeah, I'm blessed, man.
It
I
is
can't
a
complain
blessing.
about nothing. I'm gonna put my best foot forward. That's all. How about you, Mark?
I've been good. Been at the gym. Been doing this diet thing, and I feel good. That's all.
Speaking about that, you were supposed to be off of social media for 7 days.
I did. Yeah,
Get
I
on
was.
his neck.
I
Yeah.
was.
This motherfucker
You weren't
posted
on
2
for
days
7
ago.
Yeah, I
days.
was.
Were
I
you?
was.
For
I
a
was.
full 7 days?
For a whole 7 days, yeah. I was off.
So you were on social media, you just weren't posting.
No, I was off of everything. I completely deleted everything for
You
the whole
gonna have to
7
redo
days.
this.
Nah.
Now I'm serious. I really did.
Hey, we want
I
to
went on a
this
social
fast, Mark.
media cleanse, guys.
We
A
gonna
social
track
media
this.
cleanse.
What happened during your cleanse?
So during my cleanse, I went meditating for the first 7 days.
How'd you meditate? What you do?
I just went on YouTube, found some videos, did the little.
Nigga, YouTube is
That's
social
not
media,
how
bruh.
you meditate. You're supposed to be free from all technology.
No, well, there's a YouTube video that does a meditation technique with me.
But
Yeah.
when you're meditating, you're not supposed to hear anything. You're supposed to be like
Well,
free.
it depends on what type of meditation you're looking for. So when you can go on YouTube right now and find meditation techniques.
Them niggas is lying.
I'm serious. Yeah, go check it out right now if you need to, if y'all need to. So all I had was YouTube. So I meditated like 20 minutes a day. Hit the gym. I got I got my feet done. I got my nails done. It's fucking crazy. Like I ain't never had no shit like that.
Oh, you rich?
Oh, man.
Do you feel better?
Oh hell yeah! I needed that week just to step out for a little bit, like because I feel like when I'm on social media and I'm seeing all this negativity, and not saying that it's all negative, but I see more of that, and I realized it was like taking a hold of my whole mood. So I'm like, let me step away from that and just kind of see where my life can head. Just take a week off because I don't want to feel like I have an addiction to it.
You have control of like yourself as a whole when you're away from your phone versus with phone. Isn't it crazy like how someone will call you, you don't answer your phone, and then you get a text like 10 minutes later and they're like, I know you see me call. When you really
Niggas
could have
be
like
feeling
simply
entitled,
been
man.
busy. Like
Only person got that entitlement with me is the mother of
Your
my
child.
child. Other than that, niggas will go to voice.
Man, sometimes I just watch that motherfucker ring. Like I don't feel like picking that shit up.
I don't even text back.
man.
Shit. Don't text me. Don't call me. Don't call. Don't text. Don't show up. Motherfucker, you fired.
We don't need none of that.
What's on the agenda for today, though, Angie?
all right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about Us.
The movie
new
Us?
Jordan Peele movie.
Heard a lot about that one.
So I remember.
Haven't seen it yet.
Me either, so y'all don't ruin it for me.
Alright, so I'm gonna just say a couple different things since y'all haven't seen it. I remember when the trailer came out, maybe January, my sister was like, look at this new movie, it's about to be a scary movie. Look at the commercial, it got the I got 5 on it.
They slowed that motherfucker down.
And the way it slowed it down was scary
Creepy
as fuck.
I liked it.
Don't go into the movie with those expectations. Don't go into the movie thinking it's a horror movie. All the critics that you guys have maybe read, take all that shit out of your mind, because I was watching and listening to Charlemagne's
Review.
Yeah, well, his interpretation of the movie, and so he really liked it, and he kind of said like a couple different things and like what he thought it was about. I didn't get that from the movie. I know in the movie, halfway, my sister is like, what the fuck? And I had to tell her, I'm like, girl, just watch the movie. So I think you guys should see the movie. But go in there with no expectations. Don't compare it to Get Out.
Yeah.
Someone said, I had heard that they compared it to what's his name? Quentin Tarantino? Yeah, I don't know what a Quentin Tarantino movie is, but don't compare that to it either. And yeah, just have a complete open mind as you as you watch it.
Yeah, because I feel, I just looked at the movie and I'm just seeing like the Get Out thing, and then for somebody to create something like that, like you got a wild mind, like your mind. Think all these movies that's coming out is just created from a spot in their brain. Like, yo, let me write this script down. Like that's crazy, Like, do you feel like it had any type of like racial things, like what it had to do with it, or?
Kinda, but I kind of think people are making it more about race than what it really needs to be.
From the preview I see, it does look like it has something to do with it.
Tell me how you interpret that.
Just from the preview that I seen, them looking like they're running from themselves, and then them being almost like a poltergeist type mask of themselves on the the theatrical posters that they have. I think it almost is a sense, like a mirror sense,
So when you say race, what are you referring to? Because they're all black.
Noodles. Us. Black people.
Okay, so when you say you think it has like a piece in it pertaining to race, are you saying like not necessarily in a racist aspect, but like?
I think all movies, pictures, all that shit got some type of racial undertones. It's all you got to think. Your imagination.
Is it like being like a stereotype, or is it like bringing awareness to race? Because I think now when people bring up the word race, or when I have conversations regarding race, it's always about like, oh, was it racist, or what is it separating? Like, it's kind of like fake outrage. So I mean, troll me for saying that. I'm just keeping that shit at thou.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when I seen the trailer, Us, I'm looking like, okay, it's a African American family, and there's another like family that's like, they look just like them and they terrorizing the shit out of them. And I'm looking like, okay, the movie's called Us. This is the way I think. So I'm like, okay, that means it's a mirror image of themselves, and they're trying to kill the other family. And I'm looking at it like, yo, is this
are we killing ourselves?
Yeah, is it mirroring like Jordan Peele's like key to Get Out and to this here? Like, yo, are
so
these
like black on black crime?
Yeah, is it like, are we killing each other? Are we the problem to our own society, to our community? Like, is that a key? Like, that's what I'm thinking. So, I mean, the only way to find out is to actually watch the movie. So
I think that's thinking too.
I feel like
I feel that though.
Like in the director's mind, I think he's trying to give off some type of interpretation that it's like, okay, with Get Out, it was about
how people are out here wanting black people's genetics.
Yeah, and just overall.
Like how powerful our black men really are.
That too. But that's not where I was going with it. I honestly need to watch the movie again.
Get Out?
To really explain. But I feel like all of his movies are basically...
How many movies he got when you say
not all
he got two.
But just these two that have just been put out, just based off like what Mark was saying, like, okay, it's saying us, it's them killing each other, or them, doing something, terrorizing themselves. But you can add that into like how our community acts. You know what I'm saying? The Get Out aspect of how our community is.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to kind of even it out.
Aspect of what our community is, how we terrorize each other and hold each other back from things, or whatever the movie may the fuck be about. This is just me just guessing and just
Before we actually see the
diving
movie. Yeah,
in,
you
but
know. Yeah.
I'm thinking that he is just giving us messages and also giving the world different interpretations of
Yeah. Like, you know, he's entertaining us and giving us a different, because everybody's already like, yo, like this trailer, it just looked like it could be that. Like, yo, are we against
trailer's
each other?
dope.
Like, yeah, you know, so now I heard lots of things on social media. People are saying it's garbage. Don't go see it. You wasting your money. And then I seen some other people like, yo, you got to see it. So that already builds like a curiosity for me to want to go see that. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't really have a comment, but just because y'all my brothers, I'm going to tell you guys to go see it and so we can talk about it.
Cool.
It's a hard pass for her.
Yeah.
It was funny. I mean, it was cool.
And some people might perceive it like a horror movie. Some people are like, you know, like how you said.
I hear there's underlying, you know, messages in it, but it's really all up for interpretation by who's
It's
viewing
not a
it.
horror movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A white person might not think nothing.
When
of
you
it.
say horror, let's talk about horror movies. Tell me a horror movie.
Insidious.
A fucking horror movie. A horror movie is like some Rob Zombie monster blood guts
Demonic, you know.
shit. That's what
So
I
like
think
Sixth
horror.
Sense. I was scared of Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
That's like a thriller suspense.
I liked Sixth Sense, but it really made me think deep.
So I will say Us is a suspense movie, a suspenseful.
So you would
It's a
compare
thriller.
Sixth Sense to Us.
In a way, yeah.
Okay.
Psychological thriller.
Yes.
Something that makes you think about it, but also keeps you in suspense and keeps you like, okay, what's happening next?
So that's a great attitude to enter the movie with.
That's
Okay.
how I told you I'm a movie connoisseur. I do this. I go to the movies,
I'm
bro.
gonna
Yeah.
see it so we can come back and talk about it. 'Cause,
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's make that a topic of our conversation for next month's episode.
Do
We're
that.
gonna talk about Us, man. We're gonna give a real deep
Yeah.
down. I might go see this motherfucker 2-3 times.
Yeah, man.
Might have to bring me a little
Gotta
camcorder
come
in there
back.
and give me my own copy.
Get a
I'm
little
just
fake DVD.
playing. Got the bootleg, yeah.
Oh man.
What's next on the agenda for the winner?
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the Mueller report that has been, to be completely honest, I really haven't even, I haven't watched any news or anything like that. So to my knowledge, the last time I had heard about it, it was turned in, but it wasn't like released yet. So pretty much like for the people who are like, what is the Mueller report? I'm sure you guys, if you guys have been living in America, you guys had to at least heard this term, Mueller report. Pretty much, he is the head of the FBI?
Not
No.
the FBI. I think he was pretty much like a lawyer or a judge assigned by the Senate
Okay.
or the House of
All right.
Representatives to investigate.
Russia's involvement.
With the 2016 election.
Yeah, but he was assigned by the
The-
FBI, specially assigned him, you know, to do this case outside of them doing it.
Okay.
In order to be transparent. And he's been working on this report for 2 years. And he's had many indictments. Like there was 14 Russians that were indicted. Paul Manafort was indicted. He just got, I think 7 years.
Yeah, let me give you some statistics right quick.
Give me some facts, man. Give me some
let's
real
check that.
facts.
This is coming from Representative Jerry Nadler's Twitter.
And he's the representative from what state?
That I can tell you,
Okay,
but
here
I
we go.
don't know. Just because I'm not getting no service in this joint. But anyways, so Attorney General. So Attorney General Barr assigned Mueller to do this investigation into the
To see if
election.
Russia interfered in the 2016
So
election.
they had 2,800 subpoenas, 19 lawyers, 40 FBI agents,
Wow.
500 search warrants,
500 search warrants?
230 orders from communication records, 50 orders authorizing use of pen registers, whatever that means. 13 requests to foreign governments for evidence, and interviewed about 500 witnesses. The Department of Justice determined not to make a traditional pro-secretarial judgment. The special counsel states that while the report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him. Attorney General Barr says that the president may have acted to obstruct justice, but that for an obstruction conviction, the government would need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a person acting with corrupt intent engaged in obstructive conduct. So,
pause real quick. So you just told me that even though Donald Trump may act in a manner where he wants to obstruct justice, they need evidence to ensure that he has intentions in corrupting the government.
The government would need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
That is beyond a reasonable doubt. You just told me you had 500 search warrants.
Yeah,
but that doesn't prove a reasonable doubt.
That nigga did it.
I'm not saying
they
that
they're definitely going out their way to find something.
I got some more for you though. Special Counsel Mueller clearly and explicitly is not exonerating the president, and we must hear from Attorney General Barr about his decision making and see all the underlying evidence for the American people to know all the facts. There must be full transparency in what Special Counsel Mueller uncovered to not exonerate the president from wrongdoing. The Department of Justice owes the public more than just a brief synopsis and decision not to go any further in their work. Special Counsel Mueller worked for 22 months to determine the extent to which President Trump obstructed justice. Attorney General Barr took 2 days to tell the American people that the president is not exonerated. Like, why y'all covering for that nigga? I feel you.
Because he did it. He may not. It's like Rico.
Like, yeah, why do this investigation just to come out and say.
And do you not know investigations are expensive?
And then it says, in the light of the very concerning discrepancies in final decision making of the Justice Department following the special counsel's report where Mueller did not exonerate the president, we will be calling Attorney General Barr in to testify before the House Judiciary Committee.
Judicial Committee.
Judiciary.
Oh.
In the near future. Mueller found, main points to add, Mueller found 2 main Russian efforts to influence the 2016 election.
That's already been established.
But he did not find that the Trump campaign colluded with the Russians.
Even though because I think really his camp, they got indicted on other charges. So Paul Manafort, he got indicted for
lying to the what's it called about like little shit.
And he had some bank fraud shit. He had some financial fraud.
So these guys was already in some trouble.
Which is stupid why Donald Trump is which is so stupid why
his lawyer's going to federal prison. What's his lawyer's name?
Michael
Cohen. Cohen's going to federal prison for like 18 months for pretty much lying to the the same committee that he's talking about.
The same committee that everyone else been lying to. Mm-hmm. That's why niggas is going to jail for lying.
18 months. That's crazy.
But like I was saying, that's why Donald Trump shouldn't be president. Not like that. Well, like that too. But he got so much dirt. He's like your sleazeball from NY. Who he's like the nigga. What's that car lot called? J Boat. Who gonna send
he's a good businessman. I don't think he's a good president.
Is he a good businessman though?
I mean, in his own benefit, I believe.
And marketing, I believe he's great at marketing.
Okay, so Michael Cohen had to go talk to the oversight committee, and he pretty much told him that what he's going to prison for is for lying about the Stormy Daniels things.
The payment?
Yeah, the payments and some other stuff, but it was Cohen can discuss Trump doings in Russia and reaching out. He didn't discuss that. It wasn't anything about that, I guess. I had to go dive a little bit deeper. That's just some real beef that I pulled up on my phone, y'all. Please forgive me for not getting on my
it's
attention.
like 2 years worth of information.
Yeah, it's a lot to go through. We would really have to just break down an entire episode.
Long story short, Donald Trump is motherfucking Teflon, the mob.
I learned a lot
And
today about this.
because the nigga is president, he can't be indicted, even though that's not really a law. That's more of like a best practice.
Man, look, if you ask me, I ain't even gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
We moving on.
Are you what?
Nothing.
Why?
Nothing.
Whack. But for real, I hope Donald Trump. I hope, man, fuck him being impeached. That nigga need to go broke. That's like, because he has other investigations going against him right now. Like,
And
it's
lawsuits.
not, yeah, lawsuit. He got a lot of shit going against him.
Yeah.
And just because one judge may rule one way, on a different case, a judge can rule another way. And you can't be like, well, he ruled that way. You can't be like that. That nigga just need to go broke. Him, his whole family, all of them need to go broke. Because if that nigga went broke, he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't have no power.
And I don't mean like him filing bankruptcy, because the nigga filed bankruptcy twice, but he wasn't broke. Like, he need to be broke. He need to be like,
He got that money put up somewhere.
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago. Everything need to be
You're about 20
confiscated.
years late.
He got money.
Are we going back to Cardi or are we leaving that alone?
I mean, what else do we want to talk about her?
There was something else personally I think you need to talk about.
I kind of like need to vent a little bit.
We were talking about relationships and cheating.
Yeah, that's what I'm venting about.
Oh, shit. Well, let me shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead, Angela, get the floor.
This is like the first time I've like openly voiced that I am in a relationship.
Oh, like you're in a relationship?
She
Yes.
needs some air, y'all.
In a relationship.
Oh man, you crazy.
And he is very special to me, and I love him, and it's someone that I've been with for 10
She needs
years.
that
Oh,
relationship
10
air right
years.
quick.
Let's go ahead and clap for her. 10 years, that's a long time.
We've been cool for 10 years. We ain't been together for 10 years.
Oh, that's
We've been
still- that's still a plus.
But yeah, I mean, we're really good friends.
Yeah.
And so I decided to be honest, and to tell him that I stepped out on him.
Oh.
And I did it back to back.
Hopefully the dick was good.
Was he worth it?
I plead the fifth. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both of the occasions. But anyways,
Okay.
I decided to tell my dude that I cheated on him, and he came back with, well, what is it that I wanted to do? And he was upset, and when I was explaining to him,
What was he upset about?
Yeah.
well, he felt like I wasn't sincere, because he said, rather than me calling him and saying, hey, I cheated on you, I won't do it again, I called him and said, hey, I cheated on you. If you don't want to fuck with me anymore, I understand.
Ooh. I
Run
mean,
that back, Turbo. Run that back.
When I admitted to him that I cheated on
cheated.
him, I called him and I texted him and I
yeah,
said,
that's a crazy phone call.
I texted him and I was like,
Definitely a
hey,
text.
I stepped out on you. I apologize. If you don't want to fuck with me anymore, I completely understand.
Right.
He called me and he said he would have felt better if I would have called him and said, hey, I cheated on you. I won't do it again. So he felt like
So you felt like you gave him an ultimatum.
He like, you need to give yourself a chance first.
Yeah. And, I guess everybody got their own type of relationship. And now you said this was like a long term. I mean, not a long term. Long distance. Yeah.
Yeah, so like my dude, he lives in Atlanta. I live in Colorado, and obviously I live in Colorado. But even from like our distance from a long time ago, what?
Hands out in the open, y'all.
Don't die, nigga. Don't die.
When we used to date when we were younger, also long distance as well. We've always had a long distance relationship. So when we were younger, he, he used to fuck off on a lot of bitches, and but in a relationship, we were honest with each other. I would ask him, like, did you hit something last night? He'd be like, yeah. And it made me immune.
Okay.
So
are you okay? Like your kind of relationship is more open. Like you have an open relationship. Because it seemed like it doesn't bother you that he's doing.
It doesn't bother me, but if it was someone else, it might be different. I also have 10 years with him. Like, I'm very secure with him. And not secure in a sense like I could do whatever and he ain't gonna leave me. Secure in a sense like if he did happen to sleep with another woman,
He's
it's
just
not
itching to
concerning me.
scratch.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter to me. I'm like, we got bigger shit. And really, I have bigger problems to deal with than you fucking off on a bitch.
Do you feel like if y'all were together in the same state, same city, like 10 minutes away, you think cheating would be... That it would be better, like y'all wouldn't cheat? Like it wouldn't feel like...
I think the dynamic would be different. I don't think he would be as understanding. He was understanding to the fact like, okay, I get it. He's like, I live in GA and you live in Colorado. It's not me cheating. It's how I cheated. It's like who I cheated on him with that bothers him.
All right.
But for me, having sex with another person, like, okay, I'm about to sound like a real nigga right now. Just because I fuck off on old dude, I don't really feel like that's me cheating because I'm not emotionally attached. I'm not like, well, let me go fuck this nigga because I want to be with him, or let me fuck off on him because he makes me feel some type of way.
He's trying to get a nut off.
Really? Yeah. I'm like, yep, you know what? Me and dude, like, we got great sexual chemistry. Yep, I'm about to fuck off on him.
So how did this happen? Like, is there something like...
There was something deeper, like, as to why I did it. And also, too, I think I'm still wrapping around, like, are we in a relationship? Because how we kind of came across this was he asked me if we can be sexually exclusive with each other. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not out here fucking like that. So, I mean, if you want to call it that, rather than saying, hey, I want you to be my girl, or I want you to be my woman, he approached me like, I want to be sexually exclusive. Oh, okay. So... I think titles sometimes fuck up shit, but
because it leads to expectation.
Yeah, and I don't have any expectations for him.
Yeah.
I don't have
we
any
both kind of knew that. Yeah, I think like cheating I look at cheating like kind of like a job. Like, not saying you have to cheat like that's your job, but like if you working at a place where you're not happy, or your manager getting on your nerve, or stuff is not going right for you. You filling out another application, and what an application is like a conversation with somebody else, and it potentially could lead somewhere because at the job you're not getting where you want.
Over here?
Yeah, exactly. Like we'll pay you $42 an hour to do the same thing you're doing now with less hours. It sound good, right?
You're making me feel bad.
I ain't gotta be here till 10.
Here's my thing. All I'm saying is like y'all's relationship is different. Like in my relationship, I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? But with you guys knowing each other for so long, and that's just the way. Job? Yeah, I'm happy with my job. Like
it's not that I'm not happy.
Yeah. What is the determinant of happiness? Because you saying that you're not happy, but
no, I'm saying that it's not that I'm not happy.
Okay.
I didn't step out because I wasn't happy. Well,
but I mean, at the time, it's like he lived in Georgia.
It is though. You said there was a reason though.
Yeah, like
it ain't that deep, dog, man. Like I told him, and I think that's why he thinks like I'm heartless because I explained to him, I'm like, it ain't that deep. He's like, well, do you think? I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be with dude 10 years from now. I don't even know when I went to go.
So is this guy somebody that you just met, or somebody that you already knew? Or?
So one person was a guy that I had not really just met, but we don't have any like previous history, and so my dude was okay with that. But one guy I have a lot of history with, and so he wasn't happy about that at all.
That's different.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess everybody got a different view on it.
My take on it: y'all not together, or y'all together?
Yeah,
we're together.
Okay,
y'all in a relationship?
Yes,
exclusively in a relationship. Like you could just post a nigga on your Instagram, MCM type shit. Yeah, like are you openly willing to?
He lives a complicated lifestyle. So, and I actually voiced this to him because we talked about this. I told him, you know, I feel like he's like, well, me validating a relationship is me posting on my social media. He was like, that's high school shit. And I'm like, it ain't necessarily that.
Okay, I feel that.
I'm like, it ain't that. I'm not asking for you to scream to the whole world like, oh, I'm in love with Angela. No, that's not what I'm saying. However, what I am saying is with you, I don't know.
Like what
Maybe like a little secretive. And again, it bothers me, but it doesn't. Like, I learn how to deal with situations for what it is.
Time out. Okay. This is women. Women, let me talk to y'all right now. This is what y'all do to us.
What did I do? I was honest.
Man,
You're being honest, but
it's like
you're being indecisive as fuck. You're not.
It's like,
hold on.
It wasn't supposed to go
I'm gonna let
like
you take the
this.
stage. I'm gonna let LaDon take the stage.
Let me just dive.
I'ma
Let me
him-
just dive right quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm a listener,
Okay.
and then I told y'all I was an analyzer. Right?
Analytical
So-
thinker. Yeah.
Basically, you're saying that you're not unhappy, but you're happy, but you're budding. First of all,
I'm content.
Yeah. And you know, because you
Content.
got history with
being content is comfortable. Being comfortable is just being comfortable. It doesn't necessarily mean you're happy
Or
It
not
means
happy, exactly.
You're,
So
comfortable.
you're right in the middle.
there we go.
You're comfortable. Okay,
Oh,
so it's
And let's say
Yeah.
comfortable with the more positive connotation because I think it sounds negative.
I
and
wanna
I
know-
don't want it to be that way.
Angie, I want to know what is your goal with this guy? What do you want to do with him? Like where do you see yourself?
Where are y'all taking?
Yeah,
this?
like where do you see in your mind, like where it could possibly go? Like what is it to you?
I'm in a different place in my life to where he's extremely important to me, but he's not my main focus. My main focus is, you know, securing a foundation, having my sons in the right environment to raise them, ensuring that I have financial stability. So when it comes to like, oh, my man or my relationship, I don't think of it like that.
Everybody
Does that
got their own
sound
view.
cold?
No, but it also sounds like
Like how,
y'all
But I don't like nobody else. And so that's what I explained to him because he was like, now I know you got niggas. I'm like, first of all, niggas don't come to my house. I'm like, ain't nobody been in my bed. My space is sacred. I'm like, I don't let people come into my space like that. I'm like, all the dirt that I was doing, I'm like, I was doing it over there. I wasn't doing it in my place. And I don't call people or like look for validation in other people and shit like that. And I think it's different too because like I work in customer service and I've been doing it for so long. So like the way I perceive it, I don't know.
I think this is.
Do I sound like a nigger?
No,
nah,
man,
it's just I think you're
you're
like
not ready yet.
yeah,
It's
because
clear.
I think right now this guy, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know.
He
like
knows you a keeper.
yeah,
He's trying to keep you.
for me,
but
yeah, because I feel like cheating just to anybody else outside of this is like
It's wrong.
Like, yeah,
It's fucked up.
people see it like yo,
You
you're
gonna do
not
it again.
considering.
No, not necessarily.
It's you know, like cheating. It's happened to me before in the past, and like I understand it. I'm not upset with the situation, but just knowing I understand it, and it's like being considerate of other people. That's how I do things. I know how it feels to be done to me, so I would never want to do that to somebody.
have you
know
been
what I mean?
cheated on?
Absolutely. The dude I'm talking about now cheated on me not all the
But
time.
have you ever genuinely been in love to where when you did get cheated on, it really hurt you?
Yeah. With my dude. I was there.
I feel like once you get
were
past
there when
that
he
point,
cheated?
though.
Well, I'm saying like I was there in a point in time where like I was 17, he was 18, like
That's baby love, though.
but it's not baby love because
It grew into this love.
yeah, it's the reason why I have the feelings that I do now. It's why I don't.
But I feel like at 17 and 18, we are trying to
Still figure each other out.
almost in a sense rationalize those feelings a little bit. And I don't know. You don't. I think at that age we don't know if we're loving or lusting, or if we're just figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you are necessarily at that mind frame. Yeah, you have the history, but think about where the fuck you was at that age. You know what I'm saying? To let that be a reason is absurd. Just because it's a total different mindset now. You know what I'm saying? You've grown. Different things matter to you now. So that's when I say it's baby love. That's what I mean. Like it's puppy love. Oh, I've been in
multiple relationships where I was cheated on.
But
cheated on in a sense like them having sex with another person. So I think I'm not excusing it. Like you shouldn't do that. Like if you're in a relationship, like don't go fuck off on anyone because it's gonna hurt your partner. However, I process it different. If you tell me you were cheating on me, like you went and just like smashed a bitch,
what's the overall
and you come
goal
out.
though? Like what?
Overall with him, like I do.
What y'all doing? Do y'all know what y'all doing?
Right now, I think we're both focused in our lives, but we are really good friends, and so that's what keeps our relationship going. That's
you just said what it is though.
So
that's what you are. You're really good friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me hold on. So let me ask about that because this is another thing. Sorry, baby, because I'm kind of low key blasting our business.
They probably like this nigga. Hey, who this old hating ass nigga in the black hoodie?
I mentioned to him because I told him I was like, okay, now that we're grown, I need more out of our relationship. I need security. I need solidness all around. He's like, well, define that. I'm like, what do you mean? Security all around. Like, I need it full circle. The fact that we're damn near 30 years old and not 18 anymore. So when you say, you just said what you guys are really good friends. So what makes a relationship? And that's kind of like what I really wanted to talk about here, because I think people think shacking up, like, no. And that's the thing. So like my dude, he said he's probably going to move out here in the next year. I told him he needs to move to like Pueblo, and it's not because I'm out here doing anything shady. I'm like, my nigga could live around the corner. It's because I need time to miss you. I'm not that bitch for you to be underneath me all the time. I'm not. But with him being in Atlanta, I feel like I need to talk to you like twice a day, whether it's you sending me a quick text message or whatever. I'm like, nigga, you 2 hours ahead of me, even if you text me good morning and good night. But again, but
that's your good friend.
Yeah,
he's more than a friend.
But then you just, I thought you,
good night, like,
yeah, because I'm confused here. Like I'm trying to think, like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like shit.
We ain't trying to get on your case, but
I just really want to know because you said
what y'all want to do.
Because now you said you trying to define like a relationship. Like, are you asking all the people, like, you trying to define what a relationship is to everybody else's perspective? Or
I suppose. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So
what defines a relationship to y'all?
A relationship,
a committed relationship, because there's different types of relationships. So what
are
we talking about?
Like, there's different type of relationships to where, like, nowadays people they friends, and then they friends with benefits, then they talking, and then the next level is a relationship, and I guess it just follow that whole diameter of like this preconceived notion of like getting close to somebody. And like if I'm in a relationship, in a committed relationship, and this woman is doing her dirt, and I don't know about it, it would frustrate me.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it would make me feel like, what am I not doing or putting on to the table? Because I look at men like having the 3 Ps: please, provide, and protect. And
say that again, because maybe that's what I need to tell him.
All
not
right.
Throwing
okay.
shade.
Again, I'm gonna say, like, out there for the men out there, like, these are the 3 things.
If you want your bitch Ps to like commit to you,
these are the 3 important Ps. Like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, like, you gonna keep your woman in that triangle, but all I'm saying is those are 3 things that men are supposed to have. It's please, protect, and provide. Those are the main 3 keys to a man for a woman.
That
just
sounds
in
solid.
My perspective.
That
you know what I mean?
a sense of security.
So when you losing one of the P's, if you just a straight bitch, you know what I'm saying, and you're just allowing your woman to get, like, disrespected in front of you, like that's a no-go.
So no, I would never do that.
So then there's please. You walk around with a shrimp, you know what I'm saying, and you can't put it down, or you can't do certain things like that. You're gonna try to find it somewhere else. And if you can't provide, you ain't got no money, you can't put nothing on the table. You just a nigga with a PS4 and your chick crib, and you could do everything else. It kind of sucks. So I think those three always got to intertwine with each other in one man, so that relationship could be real. It could grow. You know what I'm saying? Like. And that person really into you. Like, I feel like if somebody really into me, they wouldn't have to look for anything else somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it should be, if we truly love each other, we wouldn't do that to each other. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like love is an excuse. Mm-hmm. Love is an excuse. Relationships don't work just on love. You got to put other things forward in order for it to work.
Of course.
Maybe if my man did move here, it would make things smoother.
You feel like?
But hold on. I don't know. I just think we all get so, and I ain't even just talking about you. Just I'm talking even for like
everybody.
Shit. A couple of examples. I got homies. I got an example I could use for myself too. But I feel like we get so caught up into trying to love and finding somebody to love us that we forget that, we're not satisfied with ourselves yet.
I agree with that all the way.
Yeah, I see.
We tend to, I don't know. It sounds like we tend to just wanting love, wanting to be loved. The want to be loved is crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the wanting to be loved that
confuses us. Maybe.
That's kind of confusing y'all. Cause
no.
Why not?
Because that's without question. I know he loves me and I love him, but I'm not searching for love.
Do y'all feel like?
I think he's like, again, like I'm in a different place in my life. He's in a place in his life, but I think he's in a place in his life where he does want to love. And
do you feel like he truly loves you though? Like,
absolutely, without question.
And you truly love him?
Absolutely, without question.
So I'm wondering, like, do y'all cheat often? Like, is this a thing?
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, what is going on here?
No.
And he was completely okay with you doing something else with it.
No, when we were younger, it was different. Like, I don't just be cheating on my nigga. But this time, as we have been together, yes, there were.
This is the first time ever.
Well, 2 times.
Oh, okay. So there's more than one occasion. So we're trying to figure out.
It was multiple occasions.
Okay.
Well, it was a couple too.
Oh dang. Okay. So yeah.
But it was
one time.
It was
on you. Fooled me 2 times.
It was what pissed him off. It was how I did it. It wasn't
how you did it. Oh, okay. All right. So damn. Because I don't know. Like, I guess it's a different perspective.
It was it's people with history, and I think that's why when people are in relationships and when they find out that their partner does cheat on them with an ex, it's a little bit. It
creates an insecurity.
That's a trigger, man.
Yeah, that's
versus having a one-night stand.
My fault was
no. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you take the floor.
I feel like, and I'll talk about myself right now. I feel like when you get to that point though, where you feeling like things trigger you from somebody's past experience, I just feel like you can never really get back to that point. Because, like I said, I've tried. I ain't been back there yet to feeling like you can love someone the same after it's been done. You know, regardless of the amount of time that passed, you know what I'm saying, other things that have been done. Sometimes that hurt resonates with you for, like you said, a lifetime. And that could be maybe something when you're 18 or 19 that you think, okay, yeah, this happened when we was 18 or 19, but it resonated with me so much that it stuck with me for life, and I know that I never wanted to have that feeling anymore. But now you're 30 and it's almost like that same feeling, but it's more, you have more understanding of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A good understanding. Yeah. So maybe does he understand like why you did what you did? Or?
I explained it to him.
Do you think he
understand, but he is taking.
Can you
like,
explain it to us?
Well, God,
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
I sound such like a bitch, and I feel bad because when I told him, and that was the other thing too, he was pissed off about. When I told him I was cheating on him, or that I had cheated on him, it was during when I was emotional. Not necessarily with him, but I was going.
Sounds like intent.
I was going.
He need to just move down here, man. That's it.
I ain't gonna lie. Like the way I delivered it was completely fucked up. The way I told him was fucked up. And previous to that, because remember, some of my friends, they kind of told me, they're like, don't tell him. It's gonna crush him. Like it's gonna hurt him. He ain't gonna forgive you about it. And when I was upset, it kind of was like hurting me. And I was like, you know what? And I didn't tell him to hurt him. I told him to be honest, and the way that I did approach it, like
I feel like y'all niggas is going through the motions, and y'all need to clearly figure out what the fuck y'all doing.
Do you feel like, Ange, you want to just find new love and
y'all in a ball of emotion of old and new emotion that y'all are trying to make sense of?
Maybe it's distance. Or maybe it's a combination of everything. I did express to him what I needed from him as my man.
But you've already told us that. I don't know if you told us this.
Because now you told him what you needed, and then obviously if you're telling him what you need, I'm gonna let you talk. Hold on. You're telling him what you needed. So that means he's not putting forth what's on the table for you. So you went ahead and found it somewhere else.
No, I told him what I needed after I stepped out.
Oh.
So literally, like I told him what I needed. So I told him about one occasion face to face. And he was like, okay, I respect that. I understand that. And then I told him what I needed. And then I told him that I had stepped out on him on a different occasion.
So he knows about the other occasions.
Well, he knows about, he doesn't know that I stepped out with him with my ex. He knows that I stepped out with him with someone.
Yeah.
Well, he knows now. Well, before this, we've literally been working
live,
through this.
Baby.
We've been working through this for about like a week and a half.
I don't got no advice no more. Look, all I can say, goddamn it, is
don't cheat, y'all.
Don't get no relationships, man. Goddamn.
If you're gonna be in a relationship,
this is why I don't get in no relationships.
Don't.
You know what? You know what? I know where I'm at.
I'm making all women look bad. That's not what I'm doing.
No. You're just being open and being who you are.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what it has to do with? Being emotionally responsible with yourself. Yeah. You know when you are ready and not ready for a relationship. That's why I'm not.
Especially long term.
Yeah, especially long term.
Long
distance.
Yeah, long distance. My bad.
Anything like that. Like, you know when you are and you know when you're not. And you can fake the phone call you want. You can talk. But actions speak louder than words. Always.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, I ain't moving to Atlanta, so you might as well just...
I think y'all beating a dead horse together, if you ask me.
I feel like, if you don't figure this out, like...
No, we love each other. Our relationship is great.
No, because it's confusing. It's confusing. This nigga thinking like, yo, she out here fucking her ex. Did she even love me? Like,
Mark, is love enough? Is love enough?
No, it's not. I just said it wasn't.
Like, it depends. Like, there's in love, and then there's just love.
Love should be enough, but it's not enough in this world we live in because...
I think I'm scared.
What?
You think fear brings you away from...
We done. Look, y'all, don't get in no goddamn relationships.
If you do, just be emotionally responsible, be emotionally ready.
Yes.
Be ready.
Please.
Communicate with your partner.
And
know who you're dealing with.
And be considerate of other people's feelings.
Be considerate.
Yeah, be considerate.
Understanding is definitely missing in relationships. That's the number one killer. We don't have understanding in each other in communication.
We listening to respond, not listening to understand someone's emotions, Like I should be considerate of someone else's thing that they're telling me without fighting back and saying like, oh, you're wrong for feeling this way. If that person feel that way, got to be open to listen.
Well, all in all, baby, I'm sorry, and I love you, and y'all niggas ain't really helping me.
Hey, we tried as best we could.
We good, but look, this shit just too much now,
hard,
bro.
yeah.
You know what? Y'all got y'all niggas is like, you.
Man, yeah, that's a crazy love roller coaster.
That's hey, look, somebody told me a man who can't, or not even, I ain't even trying to put you on Front Street or
No hurt feelings in here.
nothing like that. But a person told me that a man or a woman who can't control his dick / vagina can't control his life.
Oh, I can control my
Not
pussy.
to say that you can't control it, but
just speaking in general,
about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
In regards to your situation,
the poor man is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just
I love you.
Yeah.
all right, y'all. We signing out, man. Mark
Yeah.
Angelone, Catching Up Podcast. We appreciate
Peace.
y'all. We went a little long today, but you know what?
See y'all next time. Leave comments.
Y'all know what it is.